Hey everyone, this is Stephanie from Kraftin Kimmie Stamps, and today I'd like to show you a very quick and funny technique about it's called scratch and sniff, and I'm sure you guys have seen this before, I mean on YouTube or on Split Ghost Temper and everything, but I just thought it could be nice to refresh your memory with our scrapbook essential sets. So I just love this set. It comes with so many sentiments and little bubbles and notes, and I mean they're just awesome. You can use them for project life, for pages, for tags, for cards, and all kinds of stuff. So today I'm going to show you how to use basically the items that are mostly solid, because that way you can have more scratch and sniff, a more accurate scratch and sniff effect. So what you will need is some clear embossing powder. I'm using the Ranger kind, so but basically every clear powder can be good. And I'm also using some cherry jelly powder, which is called Jello in our everyday life. I have some various scents. I have like lime, cherry, lemon. You can also use some hot chocolate powder, anything that basically scents but doesn't have any too much sugar, because if your powder has too much sugar, then if you eat it too much, you will then cause some burnt, and hot chocolate burnt isn't a favorite scent of mine. So hey, so I already tested some here. Here you have like you have the cherry powder, you have the lime powder. Here we'll be using the Say Cheese Codec camera item today. And the last item you'll need is some Versamark or embossing ink that can be used as a glue for the powder to stick on, and then we'll eat it with our eat gun. So let's start this. So as I told you before, we will be using embossing clear powder and jello powder. So I've looked everywhere on the web, and people say probably use like 2 parts of embossing powder for 1 part of jello or your special powder. In this case, I went basically half and half, and it worked great. The lime one wasn't very successful, because on white paper you don't see it clearly, but it still smells, I can assure you. And here I did another mixed with the cherry powder, again one half and half embossing powder and cherry powder. I put it in a coffee filter because it's easier to then take the excess of powder and then to mix it up. I didn't do a great amount of it because, I mean, I don't want all my cards to be scented with cherry powder, but if you're doing mass productions or party invitation and such, that could be useful to do a bigger amount. So once we have our powder, let's go with the Say Cheese one. On here I previously stamped my image with Hero Arts dye ink, which is a very clear, a very solid India ink that I like to use with sentiments. So it's dry. We're going to be putting some Versamark on our stamp, and since Versamark is clear, I'm going to go over our black camera. Here we go. Now you take some powder, you just sprinkle it over. It smells so good already. Back here, as you can see, the powder has like a lighter tone, and like every embossing powder, when it will turn back solid, you'll see that then your embossing is done. So here, and here we go. So now that it's very hot, obviously, you won't want to scratch it at the moment. You want it to get colder a bit. That way you can have the most effect. But we can also do it with clear on clear. And let me just grab my stamp pad. Here we are. Let's go with the note. Put some ink. Stamp it. Now I'm going to go with my green powder. As you can see, it's all right here. Eat it again. And when I'll want to use it for any creation, I'll just cut it like this. Yeah, well, it's kind of rough, but you still see the point. So I don't know about you, but I much prefer stamping before with a colored ink, and then once it's set, stamping again with our Versamark and our clear powder, because that way you can still see the previous color. And then it smells very good. The cherry powder is a proud success, because it already smells so intense before eating it. So and I think that's it. So just try it at home, let me know how it goes, and we'll see you on another crafty toot for Kraftin Kimmie stamps.